final section in this chapter is about object arrangement. So as you create objects, Illustrator is going to stack them in order on the artboards, beginning with the first object you created. So the very first thing you created were these circles for eyes. Those are on the lowest layer, and then you come over here and you start adding things. They get stacked above it. And because it's a stacking layer, you need to think of it as construction paper again. If I were to bring this over to this artboard and drop it in, it looks like it goes away. It's really stacked beneath all of them because it's created first and it's the lowest in the layers. So I'm going to undo that. We're going to work with layers in a couple of weeks, but I think it's important also that you notice this on the layer panel. If we open that up and I select this beige eyeball, here it is down here. So notice it's probably, they did the background, they did some of these bamboo pieces, and then they did the fox shape, and then the eyes, these beige eyes were the next things they drew. Because of that, when I bring it over here, all of these things above it are stacked above it. They're pieces of construction paper above it. So we can move things around using the layers panel, which we're going to get to in a week or two, but we're also going to learn how to do it using the arrange commands. So let's click, oh, I already did something here. Hold on. All right, that's better. This is how yours should look. This piece of the fox should still be covering the head because that's the way we brought it in the stacking order. So with our selection tool, let's select this piece that's the body part of the fox, and then we're going to go over to our properties panel, and in the quick actions at the bottom there's a button called arrange. Click on that and you're going to see 4 options. Bring to the front, which means the very top of the stack, send to the back, which means the very bottom of the stack, or send forward or backward 1 step at a time. We're going to send it all the way to the back. And notice that it's now behind the blue background, and it's behind the bamboo, and it's way too far back. So now we need to bring it forward 1 step at a time. So arrange, bring forward. Well, close, but no cigar yet. Arrange, bring forward. Getting closer, arrange, bring forward. There we go. It took 3 steps. If you don't want to keep clicking this button over and over, another way of doing it is in the Object menu and Arrange. We see these same steps, bring all the way to the front, 1 step forward, 1 back, or all the way to the back. They have shortcuts. So Command and then the left bracket. So that's going to be to the right of the letter P. We have the left and right brackets. So Command left bracket sends it backward, and these are good shortcuts to know. So Command left bracket or Command right bracket brings it forward 1 step at a time. So that can be a lot quicker than coming over to this Arrange button. So get it so that your document looks like this, and then we are going to click away to deselect. So that's set. We're now going to look at how we select objects that get put behind. So like the eyeball, how I showed you, when we bring it over here, it ends up stacked behind, and that can be a problem. So the first thing we're going to do on Artboard 2 is that we're going to drag an ellipse selection over these 2 pieces to select them both together. And they're actually too big to fit on our fox's eye, so we want to resize them. So we're going to go to any one of these corners, hold Shift so that it stays proportionate, and we're going to make them smaller until we see a tooltip of a width of about 1.3 inches. So I see a width of 4, 3, 2, 1.3. When I get my width to about 1.3, let go of your mouse and then let go of the Shift key. If you let go of the Shift key first and you slightly move, it's going to skew everything. And then click away to deselect. So we just made those smaller. They're now a lot smaller circles. Then we're going to deselect them, and then we're going to go and drag either one of them. So I'm going to use my selection, and I'm going to, whoops. Boy, they're small. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because they're so small. I'm going to select one of these, and I'm going to drag it over onto the dark part of the eyeball over here, and I'm going to let go. Now, because of the stacking order, we don't see that tan fill. Our tan piece of construction paper is actually underneath either this dark gray one, or maybe it's all the way underneath the orange, who knows. All we know is that it's too far back. So we still have our selection, we still know it's there, so we can quickly arrange it to bring it forward. So we're going to go to the Arrange button, and we're going to say bring this to the front, the top of the stack, and there it is. There's our light beige circle. Okay, so that worked. Click away to deselect. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so we can see both pages again. And we're going to do the same. We're going to select this one, and we're going to bring it over here and plop it on our fox. And notice, same thing happened. The stacking order, it's way too far behind. Now, what happens if we accidentally or on purpose click away? So do that. Notice, where did it go? All I can see is the outline of this dark piece. We know it's there. If you go into outline mode and do a Command Y, sure enough, there it is. So that's one way to select it. Go into outline mode, get on the edge of it and click to select, and then come back into regular viewing mode, Command Y, and you have it selected and can bring it forward. Another way of doing it, click away so that it's no longer selected. This way I like to call the fishing method, and you're really just trying to guess. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to hold down the Command key while I click around until hopefully I find it. Oh, there it is. I got lucky on the third try. Command clicking knows that it should look behind or above to try to find a shape. So any way you do it, outline mode or this command clicking, you find your shape and we have to bring it to the front again. So with this shape selected, whoops, where are you? Come on, right there. That didn't quite work. I'm going to go back to outline mode. I just prefer it. Command Y, select it, and then go back Command Y. And now we want to bring this to the front. So you can go Arrange, Bring to Front, or you can do Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. The shortcut to bring it all the way to the top of the stack is to add the Shift button to the Command right bracket. So bring it to the front, and there it is. Now you can see, because I have these positioned in different places, our poor fox kind of looks a little cross-eyed. So, you know, you might want to center them the same in both eyes, whatever, so that it looks a little bit more natural. All right, that takes care of chapter 2. So we can save our file, do a file, save as, and I'm just going to name this one End instead of 75. We're done. And we successfully made it through chapter 2. I'm going to give you an exercise in the next video to practice, and I highly recommend you all do that.